Welcome back to Cooking with Big D. Today I'm back in the kitchen making homemade banana pudding grandma style. I thought you all would like to come along with me, so let's jump right on into it. To begin, we're going to start by separating our egg yolks from the whites. So I use 2 dishes and I have a little egg yolk separator. So I'm going to go ahead and separate all 3 of the eggs from the yolks. So my double boiler does not work on this flat top electric stove, so I have to improvise. I use a skillet and I add a half a cup of water and I turn it up on high. So as you can see, I've added a half a cup of sugar and 1/3 cup of flour, and I'm also going to add a pinch of salt, and I'm going to combine these ingredients together really well. So my little improvisation, it works really well, guys. Now I'm going to add the 3 egg yolks. And then following that, I'll add the 2 cups of milk. I'll start out whisking to make sure I'm getting all the flour beaten really well to get out all the lumps. Then you'll see me come back with a spoon to make sure that I get into the crevices of the pot to make sure all the flour is out of the corners and into the center of the pot so that they can be incorporated well with the other part of the mixture. Continue to stir the mixture together so it doesn't gather in the bottom of the pan. You want to make sure you're keeping an eye on your water levels in your pan, because as it continues to boil, it evaporates. So you want to make sure you have enough. So you'll see me here in a minute add some more water to the already boiling water in the pan. More stirring, guys, more stirring. As you can see, the mixture is starting to change its looks. So the hotter the mixture is getting, it will start to thicken. And I keep lifting up the whisk so you can see the gathering on the bottom of the whisk. See how it is starting to stick around the sides there? Well, not stick, but you're seeing the visual thickening on the side of the pots. Are you tired of stirring yet? Woo, it's a long process, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. This process of making the pudding takes a total of 10 to 12 minutes. But y'all, it is so worth it. So now that it is thickening, I know you can see how thick it is getting, but keep whisking. It will get a little thicker. I like my pudding kind of thick, so I'll cook it a little bit longer than normal. All right, now to season the pudding, I'm adding about a tablespoon and a half of real butter. And we're going to stir that into the pot until it melts. Now that we have that all stirred in, I'm going to go ahead and add the vanilla. I'm adding a half a teaspoon, then I'll come back off camera and add another half a teaspoon. Let's do it. More stirring, and more stirring. This is the level of thickness that I like my pudding to have for my banana pudding. So we're just going to stir it up a little more and turn the eye off so it doesn't continue to cook. Now I'm about to make the meringue. So I'll just pour all of the egg whites into a bowl. I broke my glass bowl, so we're going to see how this works out. Never used a plastic bowl to make meringue. It's best to use a tin bowl or a glass bowl. We'll see. And you're just going to beat this forever and ever until it starts to thickening up. My granddaughter Yasmin, she is the best meringue maker in the family. And she's not here to make it, so Nana gotta do. So as you can see, the meringue has started to, it has formed. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start gradually adding in sorry about that, granulated sugar a little bit at a time, and also cream of tartar. Now that I've completed the meringue, I'll move right on into putting the pudding together. You want to first start with adding some pudding to the bottom of the pan. Not a lot, just enough to grab the cookies to keep them still in the pan. And then you'll come back and add cookies. On top of that, I like a lot of cookies in every bite. My daughter says I just put too many, but I like them in every bite. So I meticulously place them in the pan. And then I'll go ahead and add bananas meticulously over them, over the cookies. So, and I'll continue to do that throughout the video until that's done, and I'll be right back. All right, now that I've completed that layer of cookies, I'll go in with the bananas, slicing them kind of thick. I like them to be really thick in the pudding so I get a nice bite. It is banana pudding after all, right? Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get these layers repeated, and I'll be right back. Let's go on and get this pudding dressed completely with the meringue, guys. And then we'll go and put it in the oven, and then we'll be done. All right, it has truly been my pleasure as usual bringing you guys along in my kitchen, cooking up a bunch of good stuff. If you haven't become a part of my YouTube family, I would love to have you. Go ahead and click that button to subscribe, and also the notification button so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. And don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. That's what they tell me. Toodles.